Fox 15, Oklahoma is facing a child care crisis. Experts say it costs the state more than $1 billion in lost revenue each year. The Oklahoma City Chamber of Commerce paid for a study to better understand how it's hurting the workforce. And the Oklahoma Commission on the Status of Women brought in experts. I traveled to Oklahoma City to hear from them because it's impacting business owners and disproportionately women. It's this morning's On Her Mind.
Some will say, well, I don't have children, so what does this matter to me? And the point is that it may not directly be your issue that you're fighting, but it sure does impact you.
Jana Gridley from the Oklahoma Commission on the Status of Women tells me almost half of our state's counties, including Tulsa, are considered child care deserts, with 3 children waiting for one available spot.
I wasn't one of the informed moms who knew to get on a wait list for 2 years prior. I ended up going into private care and hiring a full-time nanny, which breaks our bank every month. It's 20%. Over $2,000 a month.
With families in Oklahoma spending more than $1,000 a month on daycare, many make the choice for one parent to stay home, and that often winds up being the mom.
It was a strain that was untenable, and someone had to make the adjustment, and that disproportionately affected women.
That's why the Oklahoma Commission on the Status of Women organized a child care crisis summit and brought in experts like Adrienne Young, Director of Customer Impact for Work Labs at the Mom Project. Her company was tracking this national trend.
When COVID hit, it really just put pressure on an already really fragile system, and it just kind of cracked open. And we saw, 10 million women leave the workforce, and we had this really low rate of labor force participation, and a lot of it was because of child care specifically.
People are having to sacrifice food on their tables for child care costs. And I know because I've done it myself. We started our own business. I will not sacrifice my son.
I don't take that personal because last year a lot of tax credits did not pass.
Democratic State Representative Suzanne Schreiber from Tulsa talked about House Bill 2451, which would have provided tax credits to employers who share child care costs with employees and credits for child care providers. Last year it passed the House, but not the Senate. She recognizes it's a complex issue and says she's interested in hearing everyone's ideas for solutions.
Making the workplace work for moms and work for families. And we're trying to sort of put a square peg in a round hole when we're expecting them to continue to function traditionally like they would for men whose wives were at home.
It's hurting the labor force, so the Oklahoma City Chamber of Commerce just funded a study and found due to child care issues, 1 in 10 Oklahomans had to quit a job, not take a job, or change jobs. 61% took unplanned vacation time to care for a child. 95% said child care benefits would make a position more attractive. 86% said their current employer did not offer flexible hours, remote work, flexible days, paid maternity leave, or family-centric policies. Right now, Oklahoma families are spending an average of 20% of their income on child care. Most families say they can only afford about 7%. Graduates with early childhood degrees often earn the least. The average annual wage for a child care professional in Oklahoma is $22,790 a year. Representative Schreiber says just as we've incentivized other careers, like nursing, to deal with the labor shortage, we should consider incentives for the child care industry. The Mom Project says women need employers to recognize the child care crisis and help navigate it with flexibility.
When we compare peer hires, women outperform men, and moms in particular contribute things that are missing if they're not there. The key to unlock that is flexibility, and it is support related to the child care circumstances that we're in. So it is a solvable issue. It's just taking employers to participate in a collaborative way with parents.
The Oklahoma City Chamber is urging state leaders to provide tax credits for businesses that support their employees' child care needs and urging companies to provide flexible schedules, remote work when possible, generous PTO, and to be creative with part-time positions. If you need information about child care in Oklahoma, you can go to oklahomachildcare.org or call 1-800-438-0008. If you'd like to take an in-depth look at the Oklahoma City Chamber of Commerce child care study, we've got a link to it in this story on fox23.com. We want to hear what's on your mind. Email onhermind@fox23.com.